So, you want to change your life. Again. So what do you even want to do this year? Probably everything that you didn't do last year. And no, don't write down absolutely everything that you've ever wanted to do. Here's my tip for choosing what goal to put on your dream board. Pick one area of your life that you want to focus on most this year. This could be career, health, faith, family, or community. The majority of your goals, but not all, should be in that category. So you've chosen maybe 10 goals. Now you have to get specific about them. If I see one more, I want to be rich, I'm going to... Getting specific is easy. You can use SMART goals if you want, but you don't even need that. Exactly how much weight do you want to lose? Exactly how much money do you want to make? And where exactly is that vacation going to be? I'm assuming you're a type A person. You obviously like to plan. If you didn't, you wouldn't be watching this video. You need a digital way to stay organized and track your goals. Trust me. Last year, I had an interactive dream board where I could physically track my progress. I gave up on it. Try Notion. You don't have to make anything crazy. A checklist is plenty. You can try breaking up your goals into 12, 52, or even 4 parts. Having deadlines for small goals will make it feel a little bit more achievable. Pinterest is your best friend. Make a board, save those photos, and then print them out. But first, make sure that your printer is working correctly and the colors aren't all screwed up like they were for mine. Alright, let's try this again. Yes! Anything you can't find a photo of, draw or Photoshop. You can also literally just write stuff down. Pro tip, if you're not finding any Pinterest photos you like, just put aesthetic at the end of whatever you're searching. It will help. Generally, all the photos should be specific to your goals, but this is your board. You can do what you want. I'll include reminders for myself. For example, in 2022, I got all A's in my classes, and I wanted to continue that in 2023. So I put an A+ on the board. It was just a reminder to keep it up. I also like to print quotes that remind me of a mindset I want to have for the upcoming year, or quotes that inspire me to live or act in a certain way. And of course, your dream board should be nice to look at. Feel free to add any pretty pictures or cute embellishments. So you have your photos. Cut everything out and find a board. It could be a cork board, a whiteboard, but I like poster board. Oh, what's that? What are my goals? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Now it's time for the most frustrating part, or fun part if you like Tetris. I like to overlap all my photos so I don't leave any space. This means I'm rearranging everything until it fits in a way that I like. My main focus for 2024 is career, which is going to be video editing, and social media plays a big part in that. Up first is my editing setup. Right now, my editing setup doesn't really exist, and I would like a place that's just dedicated to that. I also want to make a certain amount of money from video editing this year. I don't really like having like a bunch of numbers up on my board, so I covered up the amount with a little flap. I think it's really cute. I would love to finally get monetized on YouTube, so I'm trying to reach those monetization requirements, but also I want to try to reach 100 videos. That's been my goal since I started a YouTube channel, is create 100 videos and then you'll figure out what your style is. I also want to reach 100K on both of my TikTok accounts. Tying into that, we have the Dream Diaries, which I'm actually going to explain later. I'm working on making a YouTube generator. It's going to be a website that hopefully anyone can use. This is the mock-up version of that. These pictures are just a reminder to keep editing, keep filming, keep making videos. These are two stills that I absolutely love and it inspires me to go out and film every time I see them. This year, I would finally like to make a whole YouTube video that's mixed media. I also want to make a liminal space inspired video. I'd like to try to keep my room clean this year. I want to make this thing called the brunch club. Basically, I want to make a group of friends that want to meet up maybe once a month or so and just do brunch. We call ourselves the brunch club. I think it's cute. And finally, some quotes that I like, quotes that inspire me, and some stars that will help fill up any gaps, and we'll just make the board a little bit more cute. So now, take your dream board, throw it in your closet, forget about it until next December. No, don't do that. Put it somewhere where you'll see it often, and then forget about it. No, but seriously, you can't expect these things to happen if you don't do anything. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Setting your goals, making your dream board is the smallest part of what you're going to do this year. If you can't tell, I'm not really a person who believes in manifestation. The way you get what you want is by taking action and staying somewhat consistent. So how do you actually stay on track? And I'm not talking about our Notion checklist. How do you actually complete the things that you want to do? I think there's a few ways you can do this. Be reminded constantly. Have your dream board in more places than one. Make it your desktop background. Set reminders every morning. Curate your TikTok feed to people doing what you want to do. And show your work. This whole book is for artists, but I think it's important for goal setters too. I think it's really satisfying to see your progress and not just say, here's what I did at the end of the year. If you're losing 50 pounds, you can take progress photos. If you want to get outside more, you can keep a sketchbook full of found things you found on your walks. If you want to get better at playing piano, record yourself every time you practice. Looking back at the progress you've made throughout the year will give you motivation to keep going. If you need more motivation, you and a friend can share your progress through the year. Or if that's not an option, you can turn to social media. You can start a public or private Instagram to post to. You can start a blog. You can join an online community specific to a goal. Or do what I'm going to do, which is share my entire 2024 dream board journey with strangers on the internet. I'll be making videos on TikTok to show the progress of these goals, and it's called Dream Diaries because I love alliteration. If there's one thing you can count on this year, it's this. You will not stay consistent. You'll have a bad day at work, you'll get sick, you'll completely forget about a goal for 3 months and time will just slip away from you. As long as you start again, you haven't failed yet. So if you should have one reminder throughout the year, it's this. It's to keep going. Or sometimes our goals change and you don't want to keep going. If you don't want something anymore, that's completely fine and completely normal. Just change your goal or focus on the other ones. And the last step is to close YouTube, open Pinterest, and start your dream board. Okay, fine, I'll leave first.